That's a day in the life of a husband and wife landscaper. What are we doing today?
Putting down hay.
Or straw?
Yeah.
All over on the yard. Got the whole family out there. There's Mama. And Kenzie is up on the deck. See, how do I do that? Whoop, over there drinking water. And the men are working. So this is a fun one. See all these neighbors' lawns? Aren't they nice? A word could be used like majestic. Yes, this is actually in a pretty decent neighborhood. And here comes our project right there. Hey guys, this is Justin. I'm the bulldog. That front lawn was already bush hogged. Sorry I couldn't get any footage for it, but let's just say the neighbors were excited to talk to me when I started this city violation project. I did get to video one little area before, the neighbors started asking me what I was going to be doing. So this is actually a pretty tame area. What was out in the front yard was, if you can believe it, significantly worse than this. Again, with all those, nice houses around. So I think you understand why the neighbors were excited for me. So on my next day out there, after I let the land rest from bush hogging it with a tractor that made some noise with the neighbors, I brought out my little walk behind push mower to mow it again, a second mow after I bush hogged it. And this was just after maybe a week that I let it rest. And it already came back with a vengeance. So here's just me doing some touch up. Now we're gonna smoke it with glyphosate. It's gonna be at least 2 rounds of glyphosate just to kill off all the weeds. This lawn hasn't been touched in 8 years. 8? 1, 2, 3, 8. So there's every sort of weed here. So we're gonna smoke it with glyphosate, wait a week, come back, smoke it again, and then start our normal lawn renovation. Proper PPE keeps the dangerous chemicals away from your family, Dad. Guys, I don't show a whole lot of chemicals on my channel, and there's a very specific reason why. Now, me and the wife happen to be licensed pesticide applicators. What does all that mean? We are licensed to spray commercially and get RUP, restricted use pesticides. So we can go in and apply pesticide, herbicide, fungicide, insecticide, all those things. Here, and I just did it. Why I don't do it a whole lot openly. It's because chemicals have to have the correct pronunciation. This is difficult, guys. And one letter means a big deal. To go from ferric to ferrous metal, all that happened is we lost an electron, but we completely changed good metal into rusted metal, and that's the issue. It is not okay for me to mispronounce, misspell, or do any such thing. So that's why I really keep the chemicals off of my channel. It's just because I don't trust myself to be as accurate. Chemistry needs to be. Either it's 100% correct or it's wrong. The difference between ites and ates and icks and all those little prefixes and suffixes, if they're not spelt correctly, it is wrong. And that's why I don't want to go and try to give information and get something wrong. Now, not maliciously, it was just, a slip of a tongue, or I fat-fingered an extra, vowel in a word. Otherwise, we're making bootleg Agent Orange. Well, this is closer I want to walk on it with my leather boots, but what we did was scalp it as much as possible. Probably doesn't look scalped. Trust me, there's craters that are, above your ankle. So that is scalped for the moon surface. Scalped, glyphosate. We're gonna have to come back, do another round of glyphosate. There's just no way you're gonna smoke everything. It doesn't matter how hot, how much surfactant. This is just, this is a 2-process lawn kill off. We'll get the tractor out here. It will make this look a whole lot better. Stay tuned, guys. Originally, I was called out last year to come look at this project. The weeds were over my head, and I declined it and said I don't want anything to do with it. After multiple failed attempts by a few other companies, I was called again and asked if I could, come out and do it. And this time, I agreed. And after cleaning up bags and bags of trash and debris, I mean, this lawn turned into the local dumping grounds. Well, at some point, someone decided it was a good idea to run hard plastic PVC, rent a trencher, and do our own, in-ground irrigation, and leave me with how to fix it. By the time I got done roto-tilling, that dirt was beat up proper. After we got done through that, then we could start on, trying to regrade it. And actually, the new construction, the rough grade, wasn't too bad. It really didn't need a whole lot of, correction for the grade. Sure, without root structure, without, some sort of a lawn, it needed a little help, but honestly, it wasn't too bad once we were able to deal with knocking back the wild vegetation, we'll call it. And if I haven't mentioned it yet, have I told you that the neighbors were very excited about everything that I was doing and the lack of a lawn for 8 years? And I was told that this house never had a lawn for 8 years multiple times. So, just out trying to finish up this yard. What is that thing? That is a car rim. What is that doing in a yard? Yeah, the things you find, right? Okay, careful on the set. The boss is here. So we're back. Roto-tilled, broke up all the soil cohesion, broke up all the roots, and we experienced a little bit of erosion happening through here. Some say, hey, you're cheating. You're just putting seed on top of dirt and you're not covering it up. I have ways to hydro seed. I have straw blankets. We have videos on that. When I have issues with weeds in my seed, it's only because of the use of straw. Sometimes you have to use it. Almost every time we don't have to use it. We've, through our own ways and means of doing things, we figured out how to drill our seed in very well and not have much issues with erosion. This year has been nuts. If we get rain, it is torrential downpours, flooding. We had a dam give way. This year's been nuts. So we are gonna throw some seed and we're gonna cultipack it in. And that's what we got going on today. Say my husband will not buy a straw blower.
You got me.
I will not buy a straw blower. I will not buy a straw blower. I will not buy a straw blower. So on the subject of trying to walk on the lunar moon surface, here's another project that the big contractor in my area came out and did just a couple years ago. And the client was so upset that it felt like he was walking on the moon crater. So we did the same basic approach. Get out there, scalp it, and this is scalped because it's so, bumpy. And then start smoking it with chemicals and kill everything off. It was the eco grass. And we are going to install the same exact grass Again, just with a much smoother, much easier lawn to actually walk in and use. And that's a project for today. What are we doing today?
Putting down hay.
Or straw
Yeah.
all over on the yard. Got the whole family out there. So a fun little backyard project. Okay, maybe that slope on a tractor wasn't so fun, but overall, lot of fun. This is kind of downtown, western suburb of Minneapolis. This is one of the exotic, ornamental turf lawns that I have a lot of enjoyment in doing. This is a low grow, no-mow fescue. They call it the eco grass, and you don't have to mow it, but it is good to mow it, once in the spring, once in the fall, just to get everything somewhat even so it doesn't look clumpy and bunchy. But yeah, this is another example of another project. Hey guys, really appreciate your time, appreciate you watching, appreciate your support. As always, guys, I'm Justin, I'm the Bulldog. We own and operate a mom and pop tractor company. We're not out to set the world on fire, but we are trying to put a little bit of value, a little bit of love back into landscapes in people's lives. If you appreciated the video and you'd like to support small businesses, give it a thumbs up. Don't cost nothing. A subscribe and a share would be great. Don't have to, but it sure would go a long ways. Thanks for your time, and cheers from the Bulldog.